Look, we got some drama here from Justin Gatlin, Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, Elaine Thompson-Herah, and your girl, Forrest Gump. All right. Or as we sometimes call her on this channel, Sha'Carri Richardson. All right. And that drama comes a little bit like this. So there's we're about to get into it here, but let's show our Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce up on here. Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, the legend. All right. Then we got Elaine Thompson-Herah. She's doing some great things this year. I don't know why that picture is so small, but look, we got Justin Gatlin. He came in a post-race interview after Prefontaine. And guess what? Now, I know a lot of y'all think y'all know what I'm about to talk about. I need you to listen to this one and listen to it well, right? Because this is exactly why I tell you guys to post up the proof of your accusations. Because this is exactly, there's several YouTubers out here that said, oh, Justin Gatlin said this, and they made the narrative such a way. Look, this flames up the USA versus Jamaica drama. And look, I don't like taking cheap shots on people, and this was a cheap shot at Forrest Gump. So I'm gonna call it Sha'Carri Richardson on this one because people have been taking cheap shots on this one, and it's easy to do it. I'm gonna take a shot that needs to be taken, not the unnecessary one. So if she comes out, somebody said, oh, Richardson has mental health issues. Can you post the proof, sir or ma'am? Nothing. This person's doping. Can you post the proof, sir or ma'am? Nothing. Call in because you said something like here. Crickets. All right. This is why I tell you guys to do this, because in life, they like to have you live by sound bites like these media companies. So this title says, and it's by Essentially Sports, the fans' perspective. All right. Let's see. Where is the author? Jacob Gidgey and whatnot. So doing a great job there. Don't attack the guy. But here it says she's capable of 10-5. Okay, he said that before. All right, obviously, he said this in his post-race interview in June. Flowtack has the interview on there. Matter of fact, after the semifinals, right before he had the emotional final. So he was talking about, yeah, she's amazing. I've seen her do it, blah blah, all that good stuff. All right, she's capable of running it. It's not anything new. So what's the difference here? Justin Gatlin believes Sha'Carri Richardson can beat Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce. I'm guessing because she does run a 10-5, he thinks that she can do it. That makes sense. Now, there's one thing. Here's Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, and we about to meet the hammer. All right. Now, they said no other athlete quite has a spotlight like Sha'Carri Richardson. I wanted to call her Sha'Carri B, but I got to give her the respect on this one. For her on-field accolades as much as the off-field stuff. All right, the American sprinter returned to track and field for the Trike Prefontaine Classic in Oregon. All right, much awaited comeback in 100. The embarrassing moment was her post-race interview, which left a sour taste in for everyone involved. Justin Gatlin, however, thinks otherwise. Now, here, we about to hear out of Justin Gatlin's mouth the whole context of this. But first, we're going to let the author tell his story. Because remember, people do narratives, and they over here is trying to sell you something. And if you want to believe it, they're going to sell you a story. They're going to manipulate. And then when people don't do their proper research, remember how I said I didn't want to cover when the weed thing, because I didn't know anything about the official USATF saying it, WADA saying it, or any press release or anything. So I didn't want to just jump on it. And then I listened to you guys and jumped on something else a little while ago. Turns out it sent me off. So then I learned very quickly, I ain't going to jump on things that people are telling me, right? But this one I didn't. They said after her recent ban, blah, 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 comeback, in the first race featuring the Tokyo Olympic gold medalist Elaine Thompson-Herah, Richardson could not find her mojo and finished last amongst all competitors. Moreover, 34-year-old Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, I like to add that she's a mother, won the silver medal, while Sharika Action Jackson, I'm adding the action part, proved yet another 1-2-3 for Jamaica in the finals. All right, significantly, Richardson went on a post-race rant where she lost complete control of her emotions. I like to argue that she didn't lose control of her emotions. She knew exactly what she was doing. That's some manipulation tactic to say, oh, they lost control of their emotions. You know how I am. It's that time of the month. No, you're an adult. Right? You're an adult. You're responsible for your actions. You didn't, quote unquote, lose control, because this all can add up to a narrative. Now, Justin Gatlin offers his words of encouragement. However, American sprinter Justin Gatlin gave his opinions on the matter. And let me try to read this neutrally and leave a lot of my sideward comments out because it's making it, there's a narrative there. So let me go back up here. Significantly, Richard went on a post-race rant where she lost complete control of her emotions. All right, cool. However, American sprinter Justin Gatlin gave out his opinions on the matter, and he believes she is a star in the making. You know what, quote, you know what it feels like. This is what Justin Gatlin is saying. You know what it feels like to celebrate and win. Now you know what it feels like to lose on a big stage too. She's capable of running 10.5. I've seen her do it in practice. All right. Not the first time he said it, end quote, for Justin Gatlin. He continues, said Justin Gatlin, quote, to watch it is almost like as being a male athlete, you still in awe because you see the numbers put out there. I have never seen a female athlete do it. Now, end quote for a second. He said he's never seen a female athlete run a 10.5, but he's seen her do it in practice. All right. This is the post race after the women had already run. All right. There's some important context here. And to be honest, not taking anything away from Shelly-Ann and Elaine for what they have done, but she is the most amazing training partner I have ever had. She is just awe in practice, said Justin, end quote. All right. Now, there's some important context here. The interviewer, and I'm about to let you hear them. This is by Sidious Mag. You guys should check them out. Sidious Mag. It was presented by Whoop. Obviously, if you want to make a donation to them, now the person that wrote this was not Sidious Mag. This person, I presumably listened to the interview and wrote a certain narrative. I'm gonna let you guys be the judge here, but I saw the other few YouTubers put this up. And at first I commented on their thing and I said, you know what? I'm going to counter this. Yeah, we have fun roasting Sha'Carri Richardson, Forrest Gump, but today she is Sha'Carri Richardson because on this one, look, it's easy. She's an easy whipping target. I've seen YouTubers that ain't been getting 200 something views on their videos, barely had a couple hundred subscribers. Now they got almost 5,000 because they keep coming over and over. And y'all watching them, of course. That's what they're doing. It's the money thing. It's helping everybody up. It's lining their pockets. I could go video after video and roast Sha'Carri Richardson. Am I going to do that? No. But what I am going to do is set the record straight here. Now, he said he has never seen a female athlete do it. You're about to hear in just a second. He didn't watch the race. He was preparing for his own race in the freaking prep room, right? He was preparing for his own race. So he didn't even get to see the race. That's why he said he's never seen a female athlete do it because he hasn't seen Elaine Thompson-Herah run at 10.54. Right. And this is, he said, that's the most amazing training partner. But the way these YouTubers are flipping it is saying, oh, he thinks that she can win. Of course he can. Because if somebody can run a 10.5 and you never seen somebody else do it in a race, of course, if she stays focused on the race. Now, here it is. I got my timestamps here. Let me go to my first one here. Smash. Oh, yeah. I forgot. You are watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe when you listen to this, or smash the dislike because you don't like that. In this sentence, I am actually defending Sha'Carri Richardson on a necessary thing, especially, and I'm defending Justin Gatlin too, because when you flip people's words out of context, like I know mine will inevitably, like what happened in the live stream earlier, it gets crazy. Here we go. Let me put up Justin Gatlin here because he's the one that's going to be talking in this interview.
U.S. Jamaica in the sprints right now, how does it compare to when it was Bolt versus you or Bolt versus Tyson?
When you look at,
okay, they said as it is in the Jamaican sprints right now, because I know this is a recording of a recording. So they said, how does it compare against you and Bolt versus the Jamaican sprinters now?
Jamaican athletes, where they come from, a lot of them don't have the amenities that we have in America. I think that a lot of the young athletes in America have a sense of entitlement because, they have therapists, they have endorsements, they have the money that's backing them. Everything is there for just to be the next. And when you're dealing with someone who's coming from little to nothing, some of these athletes from Jamaica and other Caribbean islands don't even have shoes. So the only thing they do have is a line supply. I think that's where sometimes the game changer is. And just for these young American athletes, the research online is not about yourself, about your family, about your city, about your country. That's what you take to the line.
All right. So what he said was a lot of the Jamaican athletes don't have the same entitlement that a lot of American athletes have because they have massage therapists, or massage therapists. They got mental health therapists and all of these other things that Jamaica athletes don't. And they said, even as he said there, and we had in this discussion earlier, I used to run barefoot, but I mean, I'm in the US and I had the ability to have shoes, but hey, look, I was a kid. I like barefoot better. But he said a lot of the athletes in Jamaica don't even have shoes to run with. So he's big up in Jamaica and saying, look, like, whatever. Justin Gatlin usually gets his words twisted to make him look bad. I don't know if y'all noticed that after that drug cheat thing, he's been out to be made a villain and his words twisted completely out of context. I've listened back on so many things that were hurled at him, and it was completely ridiculous with the British media, the American media. Once you become the whipping boy or girl, in this case, Richardson, she makes herself an easy target. So it's so easy to believe some things that are going to be hurled at her in the future. But I only want to hold people accountable for what they actually say, do, or whatever, not stuff that they didn't. That is what we're supposed to do. Only things they've done or said, not things they haven't. And in this case, like he said, he's big up in Jamaica. Let me go to my next timestamp because that was important there. Oh, here we go. This was a big one too. Let's see if I caught this correct. I might have to go a couple seconds before. Here we go.
And tries to back it up and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's definitely different from when it was with you and Bolt, right?
So he said it's different from when it was with you and Bolt. And before that, he was talking about talking stuff and then backing it up. And then Justin Gatlin is talking here.
I remember in 08 watching Bolt do what he did. It inspired me to come back, work harder, and be, when you think about, you saying, think about competition, you think about this. And I had to work my way up through these different competitors, the Southlands, the Gilmans, the Tysons, the Nestors, to get there, to be shoulder to shoulder, say, I raced against Ball, I beat Ball at one point, you know what I mean? So for me, it was just like, I had to respect the process and respect where I was going. And I think that nowadays, you know, it's a little lack of that. And I think that's where the essence of track and field is. Being a competitor, but also respecting the sport, respecting the competitor.
Now that we're getting closer, it's 10-4.
All right. He said it's about respecting your competitor. He got inspired by Bolt and everything like that. All right. Let me check off my other timestamp. I got two more things for you guys to listen to right here. So far, so good. He's talking about, hey, it inspired him. It's about, hey, look, he got back in there, so he had to work himself up. This is kind of indirectly talking about Sha'Carri Richardson, where it's like, hey, he had to work himself through the Johan Blakes, the Safa Powells, the Tyson Gays, in order to even get on the table with Usain Bolt, even though he was the Athens Olympic gold medalist. When he came back in, he said it inspired him to put in the hard work. All right, nothing wrong there, right? Nothing wrong there. So let me go to the next one. All right, let me get here. I'm gonna do it a little bit earlier than my stamp, so you'll probably hear a little bit of the previous question.
You know, so we just gotta sit there and watch.
Technically, when you watch those races, the women's races in particular, what stands out to you, I guess, about it?
Okay, he said when you watch the women's races, what stands out to you?
Shelly-Ann's race is much different than Elaine's race. So what makes the three medals different and Sha'Carri different from all of them?
All of them is about greatness. And when I say that, it's because I always as you saying it was saying and me most of the time. So it was like, all right, is he on? I'm on, you're on. Now you have almost a whole line of females. Any of them all of them have the ability to run 10-7.
All right, now he said what separates them from their different styles of racing essentially is greatness. He said when it was him and Usain, most of the time it was just them two. It was like nobody else is there except for, is he on? Am I on? I'm pretending like Justin Gatlin. So basically is Justin Gatlin on, is Usain on when they come out to the race. But he said with the women's side, it's a whole slew of women that if one of them is off, the other one can take it. That's essentially what he just said. Now you could play it back and try to up it a little more on the volume, but I'm going to leave the link to the real interview here. This is at 5. Well, after I had started recording, it's a different stamp. But if you listen to it on Spotify, you're going to hear him saying it a little bit more clearly than this. All right. He was just saying that anybody could take the race because they're all capable of running 10-7s. 10-7 might still be capable of winning a race. That's what he's basically saying here. And of course, he didn't see this race, right? And even if somebody could do a 10-6, he knows that Carmelita Jeter could do a 10-6, and then it still took a 10-7 to win. So yeah, maybe this Olympics is a 10-6, maybe the next Olympics it's a 10-7 something. And at any given day, one of them may not necessarily be on, and somebody else could run a 10-7. I don't see anything unreasonable about what he said, especially with what he's about to say next. Now, let me get to the final timestamp right here.
And so it's all about bringing it to the stage and being ready and just focus on winning on that.
Well, tell me about this 10-5 you saw in practice.
So you said, tell me about the 10-5 you saw at practice in Justin Gatlin Labs. And here we go.
I mean, the girl is doing amazing things at practice. You know, and to watch it is almost like, as being a male athlete, you're still in awe because you're seeing numbers that put out there by, you know, I've never seen a female do it. And to be honest, I mean, not taking it away from Shelly-Ann or Elaine and what they've done, but she's the most amazing trainer partner. We're just in awe. So it's just about bringing consistency to that.
So, and then he says it's about bringing consistency through that type of practice. Basically saying Sha'Carri Richardson is not yet consistent. All right. He's saying that she's not consistent. He's seen her run a 10-5. And actually, I lost the timestamp here of where he said he didn't see the previous race. I don't want you to just trust me on what that. I want you to watch the link below. I'm going to leave the link to Sidious Mag's original interview. And at this point, this is what I'm looking at. Number one, whoever wrote this, they're trying to get this thing for clicks and to start some drama. Sha'Carri Richardson is up here doing all types of things, and it's very easy to do it. I'm looking at these as my suggested videos. I'm not clicking on them, but when one of them said Sha'Carri Richardson targeting Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, and then another one that said something similar, and then another one, I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to Allison Felix thing? Let me go look this up first. I looked it up, and then I'm listening to it. Then I played the YouTube video after that, and then I'm like, wait a second. This is crazy. And it didn't even take me that long to look up what this one was. I literally typed in Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce targeted by Justin Gatlin says Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce could beat, or Richardson could beat Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce. What the heck? So with that being said, look, if you guys listened and made it through this whole thing right here, obviously I can tell in the comment section below if you did or didn't, because some of you will just comment based on the title. Then you might have to delete your comment, because I hope you do, because sometimes it's okay. Yeah, you talk about somebody, but I hold them accountable for what they've done. All right. Not what somebody is trying to get me and manipulate me to do. Whoever wrote this article is trying to get us to have a little bit of drama here, and the people that are covering these things are repeating this and then adding their emotional drama to it, because they know, hey, look, I'm a YouTuber, I'm gonna add some stuff to it, but I'm gonna be like, yo, Forrest Gump doing this and all of that stuff. I'm making it that. I'm not gonna start the unnecessary drama. Now I am gonna say, yo, I'm Sha'Carri Richardson. Yeah, y'all can come up here and like whatever. I'm gonna pretend like I'm those athletes, and then I'm gonna do it in a goofy way that makes it funny. But I'm not about to just start this other stuff, because at the end of the day, Justin Gatlin has been the easy target for people to say, yeah, you know what? He said this. He's done this. Drug cheat this. I've seen it over the years. It's like once you do one wrong thing, it's like you would never forgive it. Like, okay, he's done this thing. He's been extremely humble afterwards. He's done his whatever. He couldn't even trash talk if he wanted to. If he wanted to come out there and trash talk, the entire British media, American media, Jamaican media, everybody would just destroy him. He even said it to the point where it started affecting his actual personal family. What his family got to do with him? Just like the same thing. If Richardson, y'all going ham on Richardson, don't start going ham on her family. What her family got to do with her actions? Her actions are hers. His actions are his. Now we need to stop twisting people's words. Now, if you still come to the same conclusion as him, which he did say that, yeah, she's an amazing person in practice that he's ever seen, right? Here it is. He did say that, and she's capable of running a 10-5. I've seen her do it in practice. This part I did not hear in this interview right here. I've seen her do it in practice. That part I didn't recall hearing. I know that he said that in a previous Flowtac interview, but in this one, I didn't hear those words. Now, maybe because I was trying to concentrate on the timestamps that I may not have gotten it, right? But yeah, I just hope that this gives y'all something here, especially more credibility for me. I'm going to do my background on it whenever I can. And if I mess up on something, I'm going to go back. Just like that one time I did listen to y'all. I said, no, I'm not going to cover this one super fast. This other one, I'm not covering super fast. This other one, this other one, this other one. Then I said, okay, let me bust out this one quick. See, when you bust out things quick, sometimes you don't get a chance to properly analyze a situation. If you get in an interview on CNN or Fox News or one of them, they're going to play a soundbite. I saw this happen with Bernie Sanders one time. They said, oh, here's what your opponent said right here. And then he said, what do you think about it? And then he was like, yeah, I haven't heard the full context. I can't give my thoughts. At that point, I was like, wow. Now, I don't necessarily agree with Bernie Sanders politics or anything like that. Maybe I agree with some of it, but I don't agree with all of it, whatever. Plus, I don't trust politicians in general. So, but when I heard that, that's a sign of a different person, not just talking on sound bites, unless it was Trump. Then he just talked on a sound bite. He didn't care. When it comes like that, that's what you got to do, right? That's what you got to do. You got to be able to do the research and fully there. And you got to be able to trust the people like myself to give you properly vetted information. So what I do is I'm going to vet the information out. I was supposed to do something else. I decided to stay in so I can record this because it's spreading like wildfire. They're going to get more views than I am because they're going to be pumping up the freaking drama between the people. And it's eventually going to just start turning into USA and Jamaica hate. That's what it's going to morph to. I guarantee you that right now, or at least I predict it with good reasoning that that's going to happen. I don't know about guarantee, but I can already see that it's going to be a USA versus Jamaica hate that is going to rub off on things. She said something about Allison Felix. I didn't even want to cover the drama because at some of these times it's giving attention to a person incorrectly. But in this case, I'm going to go out there and set the record straight, mainly for Justin Gatlin, not even for Richardson on this point, because Richardson really wasn't involved with this, right? But Justin Gatlin was the person that was talking. So really more so I'm setting the record straight for Justin Gatlin, not Sha'Carri B or Forrest Gump, right? Okay. Because you already know if she would have said it, she probably would have definitely came after her since she liked the tweet saying that Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce looked like Lil Wayne. And somebody called that xenophobic. And I'm like, do you know what the definition of xenophobic is? Like, look up the definition. Some people be throwing out words and everything like that, and really just don't even know what words they're using. Now, that's liking a tweet. Obviously, that means she might agree with it or whatever. I like comments in my comment section all day, but it could be believed that she agreed with that, right? So at that one, I got no comment further on that. But this one right here, she wasn't targeting him. He wasn't targeting and saying Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce or Elaine Thompson-Herah could be beat in the way that people are skewing it. All right. He said it from the fact that any of them on any given day, if the consistency is there, one of them falls off. The same way I said, if Elaine Thompson-Herah falls off, then it's going to be Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce to get the win. And what happened? Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce got the rocket start. Elaine Thompson-Herah didn't have that 10.5 in her legs the other day. She ran a 10.64. Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce ran a new PR of a 10.6. And then what happened? Exactly. They're so close in speed, just like what he was essentially saying, that any one of them can take over. So that's what I've been saying. This is a long outro, but hopefully you guys get that. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video with other people, because at this point, it's getting kind of ridiculous on some of these things. That's why I don't want to cover the drama. So hopefully, if somebody starts misquoting me, we're going to have another YouTuber or somebody to come out to properly put me in context, because it gets kind of sad and sick that we do this. It's a cancel culture that's real quick. Just like even some of you guys, last comment, even some of you guys that say, block this dude, block him, kick him out, when I had so many people there because he made a comment. And I said, I want him to call in instead of just ban him. I'm not about to just do it because you guys said so. I'm going to see what his context, because I didn't see his comment. So I wanted him to call in, give his context of his comment, so that I can tell if he's being stupid or if he has some flawed reasoning behind his comment. So if he had a flawed reasoning that he actually believed, maybe we could talk him out of it, because it's so easy to just, you know, cancel somebody like that. But anyway, that's what we got today. I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace.